Hi, I'm Rob and it's Guild Wars War 4 and today is Blue Day. And today we're up against the Order of Trombone. Going to try a new team out today I created last night. Should be a lot of fun to use. Doing okay at the moment, top of bracket 15 in this new guild. Only been around about 5 months, so we're doing really well. Hopefully be in the top 10 brackets next month. Hopefully. Right, first opponent is Mr. Savage Boy. Okay, got a new player here. Golden Cog. Okay, not much to worry about here simply because of the player level, but all those stats will increase over time the more you play the game. But this is the team I made last night: Leonas Tower, Arboreal Crystal, Balder and Skylar. Balder is the key to this, creates 4 skulls boosted by blue allies. So that is the maximum amount of skulls that he can produce. Even though he looks very unhappy about it, he should be pretty pleased with himself. Or blue. So Skylar as well is going to help with this. If we can get a 4-match, she'll create a Bone Storm, which is skulls, and that's going to make the skulls go absolutely berserk when we cast Balder. And obviously when we cast Balder, there's a chance of getting a 4-match with skulls anyway, so that will almost activate that automatically when we cast Balder, if we don't have a 4-match already. Our Boreal Crystal is here because it just explodes gems. Don't really care that it explodes a colour we don't use. It's still going to create mana for the team. And it's just a good weapon to have for some quick mana. It has a summon as well, which is an elemental. But the reason I like it is because with the Leonas Tower up top, which obviously uses blue as well, that uses brown and yellow. This uses purple, Balder uses red. So I can have him in 3rd place with safety and knowing that I can collect red. And he'll collect that red straight away. A mana surge and he's ready to cast absolutely straight away. Leonas Tower is a great troop to have up top. Invulnerable, so it's immune to all status effects, can't be devoured, can't be killed by Zulgoth, anything. Really, really tough. Reduced damage from skulls by 50% as well. Really, really cool. And it deals damage to the first 2 enemies and stuns them and barriers itself at the same time. So really, really cool. Like that. But because of the level of the opponent, I don't actually need that up top because there's no real threat here. So I can chuck my Balder to the top, which means I can get red or blue and get him charged up straight away, ready to do his baldy skull stuff. Banner for this, I'm going to go for a +2 blue, +1 yellow, -1 green lion banner from the Leonis Empire. Now this is a sort of team where you want to change the classes depending upon who you're fighting. Look, at the moment there's no real threat from the opponent, so we can be in Titan class. This is going to give a 50% start to our giant, which is Balder and the weapon. And the talent trees impact is good, even though it won't have any effect if we're not up the top. Counter attack, stone circle, dwarven armor. Don't have any dwarves, but that's useless as well. And I don't want a dust storm at the start. Rock solid is good. Have that, thank you. Stone mastery, yes. Don't want lightning strike because when the skulls appear from Balder, I would rather they stayed there rather than some of them get destroyed by the random explosion of a yellow gem. And a fortitude. Right, so should be pretty good. Let's take it out there and see what it does. So we're looking for red or blue to get our Balder up straight away. There we go. We can take that. Can take that. I suppose, let's see if we get any more skulls up here, and we did. Let's go mad with Balder. 1 dead. Is there going to be another 2? He took a bit of a wallop back, but I'm sure he can deal with it. That's going to get our Leonis Tower up, which will finish off the match. Let's do it by skulls. Because Balder was the hero of the hour. And that was 3,262 points. As soon as I get an opponent with any sort of freeze or entangle, something like that, I'll put my Leonis Tower back to the top. Like here, we have potential looping mechanic. So even though it's still a fairly low scoring team, this does 20 splash damage to an enemy and enrages the first ally. String Fiddler silences an enemy, explodes 4 gems of one of their mana colours and gains an extra turn, and is going to create a Leaf Storm at the start. That actually helps my Arboreal Crystal. Infernus deals splash damage to random enemies, explodes gems, burns all enemies on 4 or 5 gem matches. And Toad Squeezer does damage to an enemy, and if they're a tower, deals 3 to 5 times damage. So having the tower in my team could actually leave me susceptible to that, but still only 110 damage, so it's not too bad. Can deal with that. Right, but I will actually put the team back into its original order, like that. And let me just check something else while I'm here. Right, that's impervious, so that'd be immune to the Elementalist effect, but the others would not be. And there's a couple of goblins here, and they can still loop a bit. So just for the sake of variety as well, I will show this team now running in Elementalist class. Show how you can change it around. Good to mix things up. So we get that awesome third trait, stun, freeze, burn, and entangle a random enemy by matching 4 or more gems. But let's just check this. Impact, nope, don't want that one. Snap freeze, goblins, freeze one of those from the get-go. Insulated, we're immune to that ourselves. All brown allies gain 3 armor. Watery binding, all blue allies gain 4 armor, yes. Yep, don't want the other ones. Rock solid, gain a barrier when matching brown gems is good. Deluge, no, don't want that. That's normally against damage to all. Water mastery is good. And a fortitude. Yeah, good. Right, let's take it out there in Elementalist class this time. See how it does. Want to pick up more 4 matches this time if we can. Make sure we get that Elementalist effect going. String Fiddler's already been frozen there because of that snap freeze. That didn't work. That must have been attempted to go on Toad Squeezer, that Elementalist effect. So that can happen. The good thing about Leonas Tower is as well, when you cast it, it stuns the first 2 enemies. If they've got annoying traits, then you can actually take them away. They're not too bad on those ones, but seen worse. Right, I'm looking for a red relief for my border. If this is a mana surge, we are good to go. Wasn't, never mind. And let's see if we can get some colours that we want. Nothing really particularly great at first. Any way of getting a double bubble from anything? I'll get that, but I don't use that. I'll take this one because I might get a blue drop down nearby. And it did. Got to be in it to win it and all that. Not worried about them giving him them 1 skull hit. It's going to do minimal damage. Even with a cheeky extra turn. Right, now let's get our border up. Go, Baldy. Got the skull storm going now, the bone storm. Let's cast this. This should have a chance of getting our border up. And did. More skulls coming. Feel the pain. £1,403 points that one was. Next one. MVP border. Perky B. Okay, so it's the bee and she is indeed perky. I say no more. Right, War Priest class for this. So we do have a class in this team, but no hero, so effectively no class. You have to have a hero in the team to benefit from whatever class you're in, but let's have a look at the team anyway. Scion deals true damage, drains 7 mana from all enemies, and steals any enemy mana when doing skull damage. So we get rid of that quite quick. Queen Bee we know about. Creates 9 green and brown gems, then deals true scatter damage, chances to gain half her mana back, which is very good, and she has that cleanse as well, so really good. But that's Leonas Tower, again, really good. With that stun as part of the spell, Queen Bee in second place, hit her with the Leonas Tower. She gets stunned, that takes away that ability to cleanse. So true damage again from Emperor Corvash. And a Queen of Sin, true damage. So a true damage team with mana drain, so potentially good. But I'm going to stick to this team here in Elementalist class. Shame that was purple. Would have preferred it to be one of the colours I care more about, but hey. You take what you're given sometimes with this game. Right, I want to get red nearer, if anything. No real way of doing it on that side. Looking for potential multi-cascades. But I'll take the blue, because they like the blue for their team as well. Got that Bone Storm now, so skulls are going to be falling more than other colours. Right, set me up for this red. Takes longer to get this going now because you don't get a 50% start with Giants, so you do have to get a couple of matches for this. Or you can get your Arboreal Crystal going, whichever you prefer. So it's not quite as quick as the other team all round, but this means I can at least get the old bee stunned. Stop her from getting any cheeky cleanses. Gaboosh. No cleansing for you, dear. I want to get red. I want to get my proper skull attack going. There we go. And an extra turn. Now the fun begins. Oops, cool, that was lucky. I accidentally flicked the stick there in the wrong way. Wouldn't have been a disaster, but hey. Entangled, not doing anything. Suppose we can just finish off with what we got. That was handy. Might as well get it done. So really effective team. Very tanky with that Leonas Tower up the top. The Leonas Tower that killed everybody, obviously because of that skull damage. Jariz 75. Rope Dart, Gobtruffle, Astral Spirit, and Hindler Frostcrown. Hindler does splash damage, freezes those troops affected by the spell, and has a summon at the same time. And all giants gain 2 life and magic on 4 or 5 gem matches. Astral Spirit should start fully charged, and does indeed. And removes all gems of a chosen colour, deals 32 in this case true damage to the first enemy boosted by the gems removed. Gobtruffle can be an absolute pain because he can do damage to all enemies and create a mix of 14 green and brown gems. So he's the main damage dealer here. Rope Dart is obviously dangerous as well. Eliminates all armor, deals damage, pulls them to first place. So I don't want that cast in because that would mess up my order of my team, which makes it tanky. But I am going to change one thing here in the champion talents. I'm going to activate Deluge. Submerge a random ally on 4 or 5 gem matches. That means if any of our troops are submerged when we get 4 matches, they're going to be unaffected by King Gobtruffle's damage. So we want a couple of 4 matches at the start if we can. Make sure we get that elementalist effect going on at least a couple of their troops. Don't know what she's going to try and do. Leave it up to the AI on whatever she tries to take away. But I think I'm going to take this because it's going to give me red, give me blue, offer them a skull hit, which if they take, I would prefer that. Just making sure there's no 4 matches anywhere. Okay, I can accept that. Alright, now, is there any benefit to stunning them straight away? Not hugely. That messed up the next red I was going to take. Never mind. Might take this purple. It shifts the red over to there, which means I can get the red next time. I don't mind taking skull hits for the minute. Can deal with it. Skull hits I'll be dishing out in a minute will hopefully be a lot worse. Oh, come on. Give me a mana surge. But at least we got the 4 match and the bone storm started. Right, I'm going to bring this red down nearer by collecting this blue at the same time. Orders up now, just in time because our rope dart is about ready to rock and roll. So let's hope for a 4 match here. Go! Yay. See you later, rope dart. Right, not a huge amount of green, even though they are dotted around in a nice pattern, splattered around. You don't need to explode. You don't have to have many of the colour of a explodey weapon to actually generate a lot of mana, as long as they're scattered around nice and evenly, because when they explode, it explodes that gem and all the gems immediately around it, like that, in that pattern. So this one here, to get this explosion and all these, this is obviously the benefit of newer players. Any benefit to getting him stunned? Not majorly. Right, so let's see if we can get our baldy friend up. Not yet. See if we have any potential to drop this down into a 4 match. Not really. But a combination of this skull hit and Leonas Tower's spell might be enough to finish off Mr. Gobface. Let's get him out of the way. Might take this, just in case there's a chance of a skull dropping in either of these slots is going to give me a extra skull hit. Didn't happen. I had a barrier, so I was not concerned about what they did. Just looking to finish off. Can't get rid of my boulder. So he had a bit of a day off on this one, didn't he? He only cast once, maybe. Well, he's going to get to finish on their Blades of Glory. Hey, they got a summon. That's actually quite handy. Maybe gives me more points for killing more people. Give Balder a bit of a workout. That was 1,606 points. And the next one. Is that the 4th one? Yeah. Death Row. Sounds ominous. Right, we have Skeleton Key. Always dangerous. Deals 37, in this case, damage to the first and last enemies, boosted by its gold. If an enemy dies, gain an extra turn. Egg Thief is here. Always good. Destroys, in this case, 15 random gems, boosted by its gold. Gains 10 gold. Summon dragon eggs. Leprechaun starts with full mana and will explode green gems. So that's normally going to charge up Egg Thief. Usually you'd have them the other way around, because the green that Leprechaun gets when it casts is going to be mana blocking Egg Thief, and ideally you want your Egg Thief up quite quickly. But Rapture Free Blood is here as well. Deals damage to an enemy, explode 1 gem boosted by its gold, and gain 10 gold. So a lot of the team is based around getting gold to boost up the power of the team. But let's go with this. Do I need Elementalist class for this? Or do I need speed? No status effects there. Hunter's Mark. I'm not too worried about. So I'm not concerned too much about extra turns and stuff on this team, so I'm going to change back to a Titan class for this. Just makes it that much faster. But I'm going to leave the order of the team the same. I'm just going to double check that I didn't change anything. Impact. But they're irrelevant. Stone Circle, yeah. Rock Solid, Stone Mastery, yep. Right. Let's go. Hope you have a bit of better luck on red this time. Didn't get a load of red the game before. Right, now this is slightly better. If we get a mana surge on this, we'll be absolutely good to go. Quite a lot of green there for their leprechaun, so hopefully we'll get a good start on that, and we did. Right, now a reasonable amount of skulls, so let's take that out of the way first. Start our bone storm. Now then, go Boulder! Yes, they got a backup. Can get purple and a skull hit this way. Don't mind trading skulls when you got the Leonas Tower up front. Can't take it all day, but it can take enough to make a difference. Alright, now, don't really want to give him another one, but it's okay. We'll manage. Alright, so not tons of mana from this, so I'd rather take that, and that worked. My border. Go on, Baldy. Do your Baldy stuff. They're not going to get to cast that. Another backup. There's these bandit things everywhere. They're in the bushes. Behind lampposts. Hiding behind trees. Coming out of manholes. They're everywhere. About to cast their skeleton key, so let's see if we can get some cheeky 4 matches like that. Right, let's get our border up, I suppose. How much damage are they going to do? 22, okay, that's not too bad. I will leave them that skull hit because I want to get my border up. Hey, they've finally run out of bandits. They've given up and gone home. Hang in there, Leonas Tower. I've taken way too many skull hits on this. Should have cast it ages ago, actually, because I've got a barrier, haven't I? That was quite clumsy of me. That was a terrible mistake. I completely forgot. I forgot this was even charged. I'm daydreaming. Oh, that's kind of why I'm looking forward to the higher brackets again, where you have to concentrate a bit more. So let's cast this, get that stunned, let's get a barrier, and finish off. Well, we got there in the end. And that was 1,738 points. Let's take a look at the grand total. 9,504, so yeah. Alright. It could have been higher if we didn't take so much hits ourselves, but my fault for not activating my barrier and stuff like that, because yeah, that's what happens sometimes when you go into Daydream. But there it is, there's the team. A lot of fun to use, quite tanky. We obviously had the things like the Arboreal Crystal there, which has a summon as well if we did lose a troop. So yeah, good fun to use. There it is, there's Guild Wars for today. I'll be back again tomorrow. If you enjoyed the video, bash that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you again next time. Thanks for watching, bye for now.